Welcome to News from Down Home, where I talk about events in Princess Anne, Maryland, and Somerset County, Maryland, where I spent my young childhood. Our family had moved there in 1903 from Western Pennsylvania, and I spent my childhood until the age of 13 there, but I still have a lot of family there. I have deep roots there, and I consider it my hometown. It really bites because when I was growing up, I wasn't taught anything about the history except of the area, which is rich in history except for a teacher recommended a book called The Entailed Hat, which was a fictional work, but did talk about things in that area. But that's not history. It was a novel. Um, so now I'm learning more. I'm reading Clayton Torrance's Old Somerset, learning that where I lived, Revel's Neck Road and Stewart's Neck Road, that were very important to the founding of Maryland as far as establishing the southern boundaries. And earliest settlements and the Minokan Indians and their town and trading with them and everything like that. I was living right there. I knew nothing about it. Apparently, my parents didn't not know anything about it either, which is unfortunate. So wherever you live, do you know the history? Do you know the rich history under the ground that you're living on? And check it out. You might be fascinated. Let's look at the Maryland Herald on April 25th, 1916. Now, that was a newspaper of record until the 1980s. We used to read it quite a bit. I mean, I used to get it all the time. But today, there's something I'm going to ask for your help on something, okay? So, in the Maryland Herald, what it talks about today is there is a Marine, a local Marine. His name is Lewis M. Potee. Potee, and Lewis is Lewis. And he is from Princess Anne. Remember, this is 1916. We don't get into World War I until 1917. He's been promoted to the rank of corporal in the United States Marine Corps, according to services just addresses, according to what they received from Washington, D.C. He was the son of Harmon M. Potee, who lived near Princess Anne. And he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps on October 21st, 1912. He was serving at the Marine Barracks in San Diego, California, and he's getting ready to be transferred on expeditionary sea or foreign duty. So Corporal Potee, he had many interesting and exciting experiences as a member of the USMC. They call it that gallant organization, the oldest branch of the service, quote unquote. So if you, I don't have access to I don't pay for the services where you get the military records and things like that. So if anybody here has access to military service records and can find out what happened to Lewis M. Potee of Somerset County, Maryland in World War I, I'd be very grateful if you would post that in the comments. And I'll keep looking in the newspaper if we see any reports coming up in the next couple of years for that. Now, so I thought that was interesting, and I hope that you can find something here. Let's look at an interesting building in Somerset County, Maryland, historical building. Let's look at the Grace Episcopal Church. Now, it is an historic Episcopal church located at Mount Vernon, Somerset County, built in 1846 and 47. And it's also on the property as a 19th and 20th century cemetery. So this was the mid 19th century, was a period of growth in Somerset County. In response to this growth, several churches were built, particularly for the Methodists, who were experiencing rapid expansion in membership, and for the Episcopalians, who were reorganizing and rebuilding following a decline after the Revolution. The prevailing architectural styles utilized for these buildings are the Greek Revival, of which only two stand, and the Gothic Revival, which appears to have been the most commonly built. Of the Gothic Revival examples, the predominant examples exhibit the board and batten influence as published in Upjohn's Rural Architecture. Now, Grace Episcopal Church exhibits Greek Revival overtones in the simple rectangular shape and use of decorative corner blocks in the door window surrounds, but it's clearly Gothic in the steeply pitched roof and large lancet arches of the window and door openings. So it's a very interesting building. And I hope that if you're in Somerset County, maybe you're on the way to Ocean City, Maryland, like a lot of people, and you want to hit Highway 13, Ocean Highway, and head on down to Somerset County, take a look at some of these buildings I'm talking about. All right. And I thank you for watching this today. And I hope that you start digging into your area where you live, but you have to be born there. You don't have to be born there, but where you live, look around you. There's, you know, all kinds of stuff, I'm sure, that you can find if you're interested in history. Thanks.